Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm grateful for the opportunity to make this statement to this august House. It may be recalled that in June 2021, I presented the maiden annual report on the implementation of the Right to Information Act in Ghana to this House and delivered a statement on the floor in keeping with the provisions of sections 64.3 and 77.4 of the Right to Information Act 2019, Act 989. I'm here today, Mr. Speaker, to present a statement and a report on the implementation of the Right to Information Act 2019 by public institutions for the period January to December 2021. The ITI Act, Act 989, was passed by the seventh Parliament of the Fourth Republic and assented to by the President on the 21st of May 2019. The Act sets an unprecedented path for citizens to access information held by public institutions as guaranteed in the 1992 Constitution. The Act seeks to strengthen democracy, open governance, and sustainable development. The Access to Information Division was established within the Information Services Department to provide back-end technical support to MDAs and their RTI officers across the country and to equip them to deliver on the RTI obligations. The ATI division has trained and posted 87 RTI officers to 87 public institutions so far. Though the remaining 452 institutions do not have RTI officers from the ATI division resident and responding to requests, already available officers who handle other duties within these 452 institutions have been trained and designated as RTI officers to handle requests. Mr. Speaker, in the year 2021, a total of 189 public institutions submitted their annual reports on RTI activities within their respective institutions to the RTI Commission. An analysis of these reports revealed that 247 requests for information were received and processed in 65 public institutions, with the Department of Children receiving the highest number of requests for information, 34 requests. 64%, that is 159 requests, were granted, while others were refused, transferred, referred, or denied in accordance with the Act. It is important for citizens to understand, Mr. Speaker, that in some limited circumstances, public institutions have a legitimate right by law to keep some types of information and classes of information away from the general public. The RTI Act 2019 has clearly identified and classified some information as exempt, which call for safeguards, including those related to public security or individual privacy. The RTI Commission, however, as an independent and impartial body, has also been resourced to deal with undue denials by public institutions. Mr. Speaker, the RTI Commission has begun its regulatory and oversight functions in the year gone by. The Commission now operates from an office complex in Jowlu here in Accra to serve as its headquarters. It is also in the process of setting up at least 4 zonal offices across the country in the year 2022. For the year under review 2021, the Commission received 24 applications for review from institutions and individuals who were not satisfied with the grounds on which they were denied access to information. Out of this number, the Commission made 6 written determinations and 8 were settled through mediation. The remaining 10, Mr. Speaker, are still under review. One of the Commission's determinations resulted in a suit against it by a public institution. The High Court of Ghana ruled in favor of the Commission on the 17th of February 2022. This, Mr. Speaker, is testimony that the Commission is striving to apply the law to the best of its ability. I would like to commend the Chairperson, the Commissioners, the Executive Secretary and staff of the Commission for starting well. May they continue to keep the flame burning. Mr. Speaker, in 2021, there were a number of challenges faced in the implementation of the RTI Act. And with your permission, I'd like to highlight a few. 1, the Access to Information Division and the Commission require financial clearance to employ and deploy more staff RTI officers, for example, need to be deployed to fully populate the RTI units in the remaining 452 public institutions. This is very important if we are to have timely and appropriate responses to requests for information. Mr. Speaker, the RTI Commission also needs significant funding to enable it educate the public and promote the use of the RTI Act. It also needs more resources to deepen monitoring and evaluation of RTI officers and the implementation processes, respectively. Mr. Speaker, another challenge is that there are a number of public institutions, especially institutions where the ATI division of the ISD has not posted officers, who do not respect the timelines laid down by the Act. There's the need for more sensitization to help them achieve better compliance. To address these challenges and to build on the gains made, my ministry, through the ATI division of the ISD and the RTI Commission, Mr. Speaker, have outlined the following activities for subsequent years. 1, nationwide sensitization and capacity building programs to educate the public on the right to information. 2, inclusion of the RTI compliance in the schedule of chief directors, managing directors, chief executive officers' performance agreements as a key result area, so that if the head of an institution is not ensuring that that institution is complying with the RTI requirement, it will be marked against them during their key performance indicators assessment. Mr. Speaker, we're also working to set up zonal offices for the RTI Commission to help them ensure compliance at the regional and district levels. Mr. Speaker, we are also looking at the prosecution of offenses under the RTI Act, including seeking sanctions on institutions and officers that do not respect the timelines once the LI is passed. Mr. Speaker, finally, we also seek to finalize the draft regulations for passage to strengthen the arm of the RTI Commission to do its job. Permit me to make special mention of the need for academia, students, researchers, etc., who often complain of a difficulty in accessing information from public institutions for purposes of academic research. Mr. Speaker, permit me to make a special call to them to do well to make better use of the RTI Act. The RTI Act was made for you. It is disappointing to notice that there are very few requests for information for academic studies. We want to call on them to make use of the RTI Act and to deepen data gathering from public institutions to inform research and policy recommendations, which would in return positively impact governance in our country. Mr. Speaker, the success of the RTI law in Ghana will largely depend on two key things. 1, various groups of citizens making use of the rights to access information, and 2, government showing commitment to facilitate access. Government is demonstrating good faith in providing a good measure of the infrastructure for delivery, but we need to do more. Citizen groups, most especially academia, can also do better in utilizing the Act. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, I'd like to use this opportunity to applaud the contribution of key stakeholders, some who are present here today, namely the RTI Commission, the RTI Coalition of Civil Society organizations and development partners like UNESCO Ghana, the heads of the civil and local government services, and the Ministry of Finance for their support. I thank the staff of the Ministry of Information and the Access to Information Division for their work, their commitment, their perseverance in ensuring that RTI works thus far. Mr. Speaker, finally, I express my sincere gratitude to you and the honorable members of this House for your attention and for your support in the implementation, while I also make special mention of your Committee on Communications for their partnership in this endeavor. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.